Good afternoon, Islanders. It is January 11th, 2012. So first of all, while I'm thinking of it, Taylor, congratulations on choosing a college. I've gotten all of one acceptance letter, but it's from my sort of backup school. And so at least I know I will be going somewhere in the fall. Trying to look for some sort of news story, but the only sites I follow are like Slashdot and other sites that don't always make for good news story things. So I'll just talk about other stuff. Anyway, my copy of Tifios has not come yet. It is shipped. My friend Jace, who I've talked about before, got a hanklerfish, so congratulations, Jace. One thing I wanted to talk about this week was Sherlock. If you don't know already, Sherlock is a BBC program that is sort of a modern-day reimagining of Sherlock Holmes. The first 2 episodes of Season 2 have aired in the last 2 weeks, and the third one's coming this Sunday, which will be the season finale. Personally, having read most of the original Sherlock Holmes stories, I really like Sherlock because I think it does a good job of staying to the spirit of Arthur Conan Doyle's work. This is compared to another modern adaptation with Robert Downey Jr., which I don't think stuck quite as well to the books. Not that I'm a literalist, I don't think you need to stick exactly to the source material, and the BBC adaptation certainly doesn't. So my question to you guys is more general. What do you think of adaptations or remakes or anything like that? Especially important, I guess, considering The Hunger Games is coming up. I still haven't read The Hunger Games yet, but I will someday. Earlier this week, my school invited a speaker to come in and talk to the entire school about internet safety. I know we've had this kind of talk at least once before, and generally they're pretty boring, and you probably have had something similar. Apparently this guy was a relatively well-known internet cop, I guess, and his presentation wasn't quite as bad as I thought it was going to be. Whether or not that's a compliment, decide for yourself. The stories are about what you'd expect, about the weirdos and perverts on the internet, and kidnappings and killings, rapings, etc., and lots of mugshots of guys with crazy hair and full beards, and yeah, you can probably guess. The problem I have with people in presentations like that is that they paint the internet as sort of a free-for-all, anything goes, full of perverts, etc., just crazy nut house. He also kind of had very conservative views toward censorship and online safety and stuff. One of the things that he said really got me. He talked about some fine print in the Facebook terms of service, and I was expecting to see something like Facebook will sell your information to the highest bidding company or something like that would actually alarm me. But instead, he showed us a passage that said something along the lines of Facebook cannot guarantee that all content on their site is validated, is censored, is completely appropriate, because they can't validate everything. And the guy talked about it as if, oh, Facebook's just a bad place, you know, anyone can do anything they want, there's no validation, there's no anything. And I'm sitting there just like, no, of course Facebook can't validate everything, of course no site can actually validate everything, it's too time consuming, and you know, time is money. So almost 1 year ago, one of our first topics was censorship, in particular the censorship of the book Huckleberry Finn. Now, why don't you guys talk about what you think of internet censorship, especially in the face of like SOPA, and what you think of internet safety, and stuff like that. I expect us all to be a bit biased because we met each other online. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good week. See you Anna tomorrow, and DFTBA.